Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to a Challenger Spectate. Apologies that I've done like a couple Challenger Spectates within a few days of each other. Basically, that rel just ran off early, or Sen or whatever. That was weird. It just happens occasionally that like if I have like 2 really good games of League in a row, I don't really want one of them to be the second video of the day sometimes, and that's what's happened. So, little bit of a spoiler, tomorrow's main video is a pretty good one. So that's why I didn't want it to be today's second video. So that's why I'm doing a episode on JINX. So we're watching a Challenger JINX player. This player is world ranked roughly, well, I can officially look it up just so I don't get the number wrong. They are officially the 25th best JINX in the world and the 8th best JINX officially on EU West. The reason I went for them, weirdly, they were the first Challenger player that I could see on EU West in the world rank, or the EU West rank at least. Right now on EU West, the official best JINX player is a Smurf that is got 100% win rate in roughly 50 games of JINX. I think it's a duo queue Smurf situation, so I don't really count that to being the best JINX, because obviously the win rate right now is very much inflated, being 1 duo queue and 2 just climbing in lower ranks. I think the player right now is in Platinum 1, so yeah. Anyway, as you can see, an invade is happening, which is a bit crazy. And, you know, why is the invade happening? Well, I don't really know. Remember, this is Challenger. Big split fight happening here. JINX has rockets extended range. Akali's in trouble, doesn't go down. But then Kane gets the XP, the much-needed XP, and will actually chase down the Akali for first blood there. So very aggressive game. Challenger, I guess it can happen. But basically, the answer and the question, what I'm kind of seeking in watching this episode is JINX. Is JINX way too strong right now? And I can already answer the question. The answer is yes. Like, we already know the answer to the question. JINX is currently the most popular League of Legends champion. She's being picked in roughly 30% of all matches. And when you go higher rating, her pick rate is only getting more. When you actually get up to, like, Master, Grandmaster, Challenger, she doesn't have a 30% pick rate. In some of these ratings, she has actually over a 40% pick rate. In 40% of games, you are going to see a JINX, which is a pretty big sign that the champion is a little bit too overtuned. And I've said for a while, if you watch my live commentaries, you would hear me say, you know, I mean, there's been examples of just play JINX, just play Kale, just play Vlad. Like, there's these type of staple champions that there's no reason not to play them over other champs. And to me, there is simply no reason to play any other AD carry right now other than JINX. She should, if she's not your number one, weird exhaust, if she's not your number, oh, double mine into the kill for Senna, but JINX does overstay a little bit, but goes down. Can Senna get the kill? No, she can't. But yeah, simply, I don't see there's any reason why you wouldn't play JINX. She has an okay lane phase. She has good late game. She's relatively safe. She has extended range, which is quite important in modern day League. Obviously, other AD carries can have extended range. A lot of them do only really get extended range through RFC. JINX can get RFC, but she also can have her rockets, which are extended range. So her DPS is mad. She's a crit-based AD carry, which seems to be very strong right now. Everything about JINX seems good. She brings CC. She brings sniper potential with her ultimate, so that rewards skill if you can aim your ultimate well at the right time. It's skill-based AD carry with everything you need right now. She, you know, she scales. You can't really play an AD carry right now that doesn't. Meanwhile, by the way, Lulu is already top lane. She just flashed, I think. No, she didn't. I heard a flash, and I don't know where I heard it. Oh, NASA's flashed. Rumble's teleported in, and now the burn is happening. Bit of a fiesta of a game, as you can see. Lulu's going to roam and die, but Rumble, no, she's not. She's going to live. But I will say that is very much early roaming. I've stated quite a lot. There are a lot of supports out there that for some reason, it's kind of like they're Akali or Katarina players in disguise. Their default playstyle is roaming. Your default playstyle should never be roaming pretty much on any champion, maybe apart from, you know, Katarina. Because especially for support, lane is very important to kind of set the foundation of your game for, you know, for your AD carry, who for the most part is still the main carry on your comp in modern day League. And right now, look at the farm difference in bot. You know, Aphelios can't even fully recover this farm. Why? Because he's in a 2v1 right now. Like, you can't free farm. You can't catch up when you're in a 2v1 situation, and you're just going to get behind. So it's what I would call personally over roaming. So this is could potentially be a good gank. Early heal by Jinx, early flash too. That wasn't very good. They do get the root for Senna's W, and now Jinx is going to free auto. She's ramping up lethal tempo, by the way. You know, Viego is doing his thing. Aphelios is mispositioned. He goes down. Jinx passive activate, gets another kill. And that's another thing. Jinx passive is mad as well. Kai'Sa's roamed, and yes, by the way, it's a Kai'Sa mid. Don't ask me why. Triple kill for Jinx. She played that really well. She played it to ramp up lethal tempo with a minigun. And then she, from ranged, has her ranged capabilities. She can swap to rocket if someone's getting away. She's got her long range W if someone's getting away. And she, a lot of the time, as an AD carry, which is very rare, Jinx can force flashes. Not many AD carries can force flashes with CC. Jinx can put mines down in the right place, and she will, most of the time in mid to late game and even early game, she's going to get a flash. What other AD carry does that? Like, there's not many that exist. Vayne, if you're in a bad position, you're going to get condemned. Other than that, there's not too many. Caitlyn, if she's going to trap you, but that's up to your positioning. So, yeah, it's kind of nuts. So, Rumble trades, because there was, again, Lulu top lane again. And some people may go like, oh, Huzzy, bot lane's not going very well. Maybe, you know, Lulu's going around the map. She's getting assists or whatever. That's good, right? Partially, it's good for Lulu. That's the thing. For the player that is Lulu, oh, I'm actually getting gold, where maybe if I was staying in bot lane, I wasn't going to get gold. Partially true. The negative is your Aphelios is only going to get more behind. That's the issue. And, like, Lulu, you know, agree, disagree, Lulu this game should be playing for Aphelios. The fact that she isn't really playing for Aphelios is a bit weird. So, yeah. But yeah, I've got no idea why there's a Kai'Sa mid. One trick, potentially, or an AD carry player that got autofilled and only can play AD carry. You never know. Again, if that's the case, why don't they play Akshan? You know, Akshan is designed as a solo laner. He has that kind of in mind. I don't think a Kai'Sa would really go in that, but anyway, ganking top lane, you can see on the minimap Nasus is definitely in trouble. I will say I'm not aware, obviously, if some people follow challenger players. I don't know if this Nasus is a known Nasus challenger player. I have no idea, because I was gonna say it's very weird to see a challenger Nasus. So 4 people bot lane. To be fair, Jinx kind of played that fight a bit wrong. She overcommitted for it, and then Polly got like lured in and got polymorphed at the wrong time. So it was much of, oh, I'm overextending this fight at the moment. And yeah, there were 4 people bot lane. 3 of them were involved in a kill. But yeah, that's not great. That arguably is going to open up Infernal Dragon for the enemy team. So that's a nice little take for the enemy if they do manage to get that. Again, it's free scaling, 4%. You know, it doesn't sound like a lot, I know, but 4% AD and AP, that is literally the difference of, oh, dude, I didn't just kill that opponent. 2, oh, I just got him. And that's the difference of 4% AD and AP. Now, that's what it is. So there's and what looks to be, which is even weirder to me, is the enemy team are prioritizing kills. Again, Lulu roaming again. They're prioritizing kills, not the dragon. So yeah, they didn't actually do the dragon. Bad flash by Viego there. Heal overcome. Rumble is going to die. No, he's not. He's got flash. He might be able to get away. He does. And then bot lane, it's the AD carry versus AD carry. Jinx is near enough at this moment. 20 gold, 20 farm ahead. Jin should, sorry, why I keep saying Jin, I don't know. Aphelios should catch up in this wave a bit, but he has to be careful. He's got the tower, which obviously is going to help. But this is, again, the safety net for Jinx. She's got long-range rockets. And just to make the point clear, and bye-bye, has to flash. So that's the point. He has to be careful. He nearly died in a 1v1. But just to make the point clear as a bit of an educational point, why in between each auto that Jinx does on the tower is she walking away? Out, in, out, in. Lulu goes for a flash play, which was a bit funky. Dies. 2v1 is happening. 2v1. So I don't know why the Aphelios went back in. Again, this is Challenger, but that's, you know, Jinx has the strength to do that. Jinx can, from high range, kill people if they get a bit too close. But just to finish the point of why she keeps going out, in between each auto on the tower, basically it's maximizing your escape probability in between each auto. So if you just stay near the tower and stand still and someone ganks you, you're closer to the tower, right? Just by a little bit. If you in between the animation timing of auto attacks, just walk a little bit more out in between each one, you're actually getting like closer to safety, technically, between each auto. Thus, if someone did show up at that time, you are that just a little bit closer to that safety net. And that can make the difference. That's why they're doing it. So it's the same for jungle. When you're watching a jungler, meanwhile, very aggressive Viego here. Kai'Sa walked straight to him. That was crazy. It's the same in the jungle. When you ever watch a jungler do a camp, they are not standing still. One, it's to try and minimize damage. God damn it, camera. It's to minimize damage of, you know, if you can move out of the auto range of a jungle camp, then you're not going to get fully damaged all the time. Doesn't hit the mines, but the Aphelios is just going to probably take the fight. Look at, again, this is Aphelios, by the way. They traded. That, by the way, is worth saying how strong Aphelios is. The Aphelios hasn't got basically any item complete. JINX has got Gale Force complete, and she still trades. What if, you know, it wasn't a pure 1v1, because Aphelios did have the Lulu E on him, and maybe even the W, and that's obviously proccing and buffing. This is a really weird Viego. He's obviously, that's buffing Aphelios auto attacks up. But it does show that he's not a pushover. I would rate Aphelios easily in the top 3 AD carries right now. And the weird thing, well, not even weird, he's very, very strong. And I've said it for a million years that you can't judge champions of win rate and only noobs. And then I'm not saying it about new players. Maybe noob is a bit harsh, but new players or not great players are the people that do that. Aphelios right now has got a 45% win rate and he's getting nerfed. Or he's just got nerfed or he's getting nerfed. The people that believe win rate is an indication must be absolutely losing their mind right now. And it's what I've always quoted. Azir got nerfed at a 44% win rate. Ryze has been nerfed at a 45% win rate. Win rate is not the indicator of strength. It just simply isn't. Again, a lot of it is very much dependent on how good the player is. Anyway, 2v1 happening. Another trade, but it was a 2v1 trade. Again, that does show the strength of JINX, that she's getting a kill in a 2v1. But again, arguably, she just doesn't really need to take those fights, but it is what it is. The Akali, by the way, rushes Shadow Flame. A lot of people have said this item's not very good. And here's the thing. These are challenger players. You know, they know what they're doing. Challenger players are still building this item. So it can't be terrible. You know, the thing that I would say, because I've even had it in my stream or in my comment section going, Huz, why are you buying Shadow Flame on Victor? You should get a Void Staff or whatever. Sometimes, as dumb as it may sound, Shadow Flame just feels nice to buy because it's still giving you AP. It is giving you that Magic Pen passive. As weird as it may sound, I actually quite like it because it's also giving me health. Like, I know it's not much. It's like 200 health or something. Yeah, 200 health. It's not much health. But in the game of League nowadays that everything can one-shot you, that 200 extra health that Void Staff doesn't have, it just sometimes feels a bit nice. It just gives you that little bit of like security net blanket that, oh, I might not get one shot. I've got 200 extra health. I don't know if that's why people buy it, but that's why I sometimes buy it. I just don't feel like really squishy when I've got Void compared to Shadow Flame, but that's just me. So the game right now is becoming more even, by the way. Gold-wise is still quite clearly a red team advantage, but the enemy team are getting a little bit comeback every now and then. You know, Aphelios has had a couple kills, trading with a JINX. The Akali's quite fed. Not really surprising. Again, giving her, you know, just think about it logically. She stops him with Rocket. That was weird. Logically, I've always said that the worst place to take an AD carry is mid, because the champions that are most designed to kill AD carries are mid laners. You know, that's the point. Think of like League as everything counters everything. Like, you know, that counters that and that counters that. Gale Force with the W misses the W but nearly gets his heal. As mid laners, mages, or even assassins, basically mid laners as a whole are designed to kill AD carries. That's the point. So to me, I've always found it weird, you know, when people like, some people go, what about like Akshan, where he's designed to go there? Obviously, there's a bit different. He's designed to go there. He's obviously got a very roam-centric playstyle, not to stay in mid. That's the point. If he stays in mid, he might struggle. But also, you know, he can bully in the early game. They gave him a decent early game for that very reason. But, like, to me, to take a Kai'Sa in mid is just weird. And I think they're going like the AP build, AP poke build for Kai'Sa. Obviously, that's kind of, if you think of it like kind of a mage AD carry build. So it's kind of like Corki-esque. It's not as bad is what I'd say, but still you are pretty vulnerable to die as a AD carry champion to something like a Kali. So I'm not surprised that Kali's done okay this game. She is struggling because she's trying to like side lane and she's getting caught every now and then. And then obviously top lane, worth mentioning also, Shadow Flame Rumble. So, you know, going back to that Shadow Flame conversation, there's 2 champions in this game that have rushed Shadow Flame. So the item cannot be garbage. That's the point. Maybe it's not the most item gold efficient that some people like chatting about. That's not sometimes like the 100% thing that you always have to do. Like, it's just not. Anyway, enemy team go for a Rift Herald. They end up getting some... No, they don't get plates. It's after 14 minutes. Oh, in the shadows is Viego. He then's going to get caught. Gale Force used. Proc passive is available for JINX. Akali does get the blue cane, though. Akali's going ham and cheese. Can JINX get it? One more. Well, she's got no mana. She does get it. It's going to proc her passive. That actually also magically gives her extra mana, which she very much needs. Lands the W. Can she get it? Yes, she does with the red buff burn. She gets a passive. And this is another big thing for me. Oh, God, Rumble. This is another big thing for me that other AD carries don't have. Vayne has it, technically. Chase down. Vayne's passive is she moves faster when she's running towards opponents. To me, that is such a big thing. Chase down, again, Nasus. It's such a big thing. And, like, JINX... The thing that you'll find about JINX more than any other AD carry, she ramps up in a team fight. Something like a Draven or whatever, he'll just hit an axe and that's his damage, right? There's not much going to be more than that. JINX ramps up. It's not just even lethal tempo like other AD carries will have. JINX has her minigun that gives her attack speed steroid, and then if she gets maximum attack speed steroid, she can then swap to missile form or rocket launcher form, and she keeps that attack speed until it runs off. Then, if she gets a kill or an assist, she gets crazy movement speed and more attack speed to help further running at the enemy team and killing everybody from a high range with her rockets. To me, it's just absolutely nuts. You know, and the thing is, I do like JINX as a design. I don't think she's unhealthy, as, you know, is worth saying. She is killable. She doesn't, you know, her mobility is running and Gale Force. So she doesn't have a dash. She doesn't have anything like that. So she is quite vulnerable if the enemy team managed to get on her. But if she's in... My point is, I would say, if she's in a point of strength, she is probably right now the best AD carry in the game. Like, and I don't even think that's, like, controversial to say at all. Like, she is crazy DPS, can basically 2-hit people with crits in late game from safety, and she has an execute ult. Everything is just good. Mines come down, and Akali goes straight into them. Rocket gets another kill. And boy, the snowball now continues. The ramping up. She's got a couple kills. She can chase people down. No other AD carry can do everything like a JINX can. The only one that I would potentially argue that is borderline comparable is weirdly Aphelios on the enemy team. Aphelios with the right weapons, and I would say like Sniper, high range, and Flamethrower can kind of combine them. And, you know, the other weapons as well are pretty good. That is partially comparable to what JINX can do, and that's not like where an Aphelios has to really work towards getting the right item, the right weapons, and has to kind of either delay attacking anything, so he makes sure he keeps the bullets for a fight of the right weapons. You know, if he knows a Baron's coming, all right, I've got my 2 weapons I wanted, I'm going to hold off doing anything right now. JINX doesn't have to do that. That's the thing. She doesn't have to do anything of that nature. She's just ready to go. Build-wise, by the way, pretty standard build. She actually hasn't opted for an RFC this game. She's opted for Phantom Dancer, which is probably a good idea. We said earlier, the only way that the enemy team is really going to do anything is if they got on the JINX. If Viego and probably Akali get on the JINX, she could be in trouble. What does Phantom Dancer do? It gives her a shield. If that's true. Does it still give a shield? Mate, it doesn't even give a shield anymore. What? Okay, it doesn't give a shield, everybody. It gives movement speed. Again, movement speed obviously is good. That combines with her passive. When did that go away? I swear it did. Someone in the comments, let me know when that went away, because maybe it's just me being tired and a bit dumb right now, which is very possible. But yeah, attacks grant ghosting, which again means you don't get stuck on minions, which is very good. 7% movement speed for 3 seconds. And in addition, for attacking 4 times, causes your Spectral Waltz to also grant 30% attack speed. I don't know. Like, apparently I'm crazy, I think. Anyway, they were looking to do Baron, but then the blue Kayn oversteps a little bit and then ends up dead. So that's going to unfortunately ruin the Baron momentum. I will say I am actually a little bit surprised that he went blue Kayn this game. His team is screaming for red Kayn. Red Kayn, you know, they don't have a bruiser at all. They don't have actually much CC. So to me, red Kayn would be the one that I would be screaming to go. But there are some players out there which, you know, I don't know this guy. He could be. I'm a Kayn player, but I only play blue. Those people exist. Anyway, Baron is now being pinged. They are starting it. This will die very fast. You've got Senna DPS. You've got JINX, obviously DPS. But I don't know if it's quick enough. Viego is on his way. He just warded there. Lulu, oh no, Lulu did. They probably know that this is being done. But no, it is quick enough. Never mind. Viego doesn't even attempt to go for it. And Kayn was nowhere near, by the way. Oh, Aphelios, you're in trouble. So 1v1, not even a 1v1, it's a 2v1. And that's the point. If they get on JINX, she's in trouble. And lo and behold, they get on JINX. Rumble's in trouble, though. Does he have ulti? He does have ulti. Does he have Zhonya's? He doesn't have Zhonya's. Viego die. So again, lo and behold, the standard Nasus, by the way, in his natural environment of being forever alone. Unfortunately for that guy. Kayn, that could have been scary. Lulu oversteps a boundary. Polymorph, though, big counter to assassins. Oh, gets into the ulti. That was sick. Akali flashed to get it, but didn't quite be able to get to him. But now she will, and she will get a kill. So very fed Akali on the enemy team. 12 kill Akali, so you can't, you know, a little mess up, you're in trouble. And that's the thing. The JINX died to not the Akali. The JINX got killed to the Viego, who's not had a very good game, and the Aphelios, who's not had a very good game. So it just shows a fed JINX can still quite easily die in a 2v1 if she mispositions. So it's not like, that's why I'm like, she's still relatively a healthy champion, because it's not like she doesn't die. She can definitely die. And that's, again, that's not even the fed Akali going on her. You know, it makes even more sense. Oh, you know, oh yeah, the Akali one-shot the JINX. That's not even that. Like, she's dying to other people who aren't even fed. So it shows she isn't, like, completely immortal. What is a bit weird to me, though, is that she is side laning by herself on JINX. Again, in a game that we've mentioned just now, there's a fed Akali in. To me, that is a little bit bold, is what the word I would use. And there's the Viego. So this is going to be interesting. A 6 and 10 Viego. Akali's also coming too. She flashes Gale Forces. Rumble all over the top. Does get killed. That's the point. She can die very easily if she mispositions a bit. And unfortunately, the JINX, arguably you could say, oh, she's mispositioning. But also, her team maybe they should have got there a little bit earlier. Oh, that wasn't great. And now Nasus is in trouble too. And he's dead. Poor Nasus. As I said, to me, it's a bit weird to see a Nasus in a challenger game. Because, like, some people might be like, oh, Huz, you're saying everything's about late game nowadays. You know, surely Nasus is good. He's one of the kings of late game. The problem is Nasus's late game isn't truly attached to items. Getting items, like, strength in items exists. A lot of champions now feel strong after one item. But as I mentioned, Nasus's strength isn't exactly attached to items. His strength is attached to his stacks with Q, and that is a time-based thing. He may need half an hour, he may need 40 minutes to become late-game Nasus with his stacks of Q. That's the point. He's not the same as, really, the other late-game champs, because Kog'Maw is strong after one item. Vayne is strong after one item. JINX is strong after one item. Nasus isn't that strong after one item, and, you know, he's dancing because I think he went for some weird teleport flank that just didn't work. Here we go. The one-shot potential. Exhaust has worked. Lulu gets one shot. I don't know what she was really attempting, and the enemy team is going to die. So that's going to be game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think JINX is just like the champ to play right now? I honestly do. If I was an AD carry player, I probably would main JINX. I'd have Aphelios as my backup. And probably Jhin still. And I would say Jhin doesn't feel as good as those other two champions, because Jhin, I love Jhin. He's one of the best design champs in League, and that shows what August can do. Like Riot August, peak champion design, Jhin. Worst champion design, Viego. But Jhin, to me, when it comes to a Jinx, he doesn't feel good against Jinx. Why? Because if Jinx is a good game, she is so fast and she runs at you, and Jin can't deal with that. He's very slow, right? I auto attack only 4 times, and then I take a time to reload. I need a lot of range so people can't get to me. Well, if Jinx is running at you with her passive, she's killed somebody, you are then scared as Jin. That's the problem. So anyway, that's gonna be it. If you guys did enjoy, please do throw a like on the video, throw a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.